Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And man, this happened pretty quickly, and I have a theory as to why it's happening pretty quickly. It turns out that Japan is moving forward with using AI to dub anime. And
so they're going to use AI to use the Japanese voice actors
yes.
in English? Oh, that's actually kind of good because people want the Japanese voice actors anyway.
Yeah, I think really, I mean, it's kind of hard to say it's authentic because we're using AI, but at least you have a facsimile of the original voice, because sometimes there is a big difference between the voice actors for different regions. But this is not good for people who make a living doing dubs, English
dubs.
Less
drama.
It is a lot less drama. So yeah, I want to talk about that because I think that is actually why this is happening. I think the reason that this has been sped up, it isn't just to save money, although it does save money. The franchise that seems to be kicking this off is Dragon Ball, and there was a hell of a lot of controversy around Dragon Ball English voice actors over the last couple of years. So I have to imagine that overseas and at Toei, they're probably like, hey, yeah, we don't want negative headlines associated with Dragon Ball and voice actors. So wouldn't it be easier just to replace them all with AI and call it a day? And we have control over it. And that's what I think is going to happen. Same with localization in manga and video games. I think we're going to see more and more AI used for that. It's not because they're so in love with AI. I think it's more that they're in love with the idea of being able to control the content and the end product,
and who voices what, and
right.
Because a lot of voice actors come under fire too for opinions that they happily give a plenty on social media.
Yes.
And if they could avoid that, then they will. Now, I'm assuming that this means it keeps the Japanese voice actors employed, though.
Yeah, because or it could be a case of it's a one and done. They get the voice from them, and then
but I mean they still get to record it at
yes.
least in the original.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So let's talk about this. We're going to see more and more and more of this, and I think that we're within the next 5 to 10 years, there's not going to be much of a demand for English dub actors. I'm sorry, but I think your peers probably hastened this decision because the Japanese don't like the drama. They don't. So before we get into any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Check out clownfish-com, guys. Join the reef. You get 50% off your first month. We got merchandise. You get a discount, yada, yada, yada. All that jazz. Before we get into it any deeper, though, speaking of voice actors, some sad news in relation to Dragon Ball. Doc Harris, who was the narrator of Dragon Ball for many, many years, has died. He passed away at age 76. So yeah, he did 200 episodes between 96 and 2003. And you'd know his voice if you heard his voice. I
can hear it in my head,
yeah.
actually. So I know what it is.
But that's actually very, very sad news. So let's talk about this. I mean, this is going to be a mixed bag for some people. Some people really like the English voice actors, but I think it's to avoid the drama.
I think it's funny because immediately, even if we say like, "Hey guys, we're not like on board with AI," but we understand why they might be making this decision. There's going to be all these people screaming that oh my God, Clownfish thinks AI should take over everything, and that's not what we're saying at all.
No.
Better clarify that, because
they're not going to. There's no point. They're not going to watch the video. They look at the thumbnail. They get pissed. Yeah, and then they don't even watch the video.
I don't think AI replacing people is a good idea, in my opinion. I don't think this is a great move, in my opinion. I get why they're making this decision, though, based on a lot of the behavior out of some very entitled voice actors in America who think that they should dictate the conditions for everywhere in the world on social media. Well, so I get why they're probably making this choice.
Yeah, and you have to, like, they're probably sitting over there in Japan and they're like seeing these headlines, like all these headlines coming up on the internet of, Dragon Ball voice actor, blah, 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 and Dragon Ball voice actor, blah, 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 lawsuit, and Dragon Ball voice actors, they're fighting each other now, and what the hell is going on?
Not just Dragon Ball, even video games and stuff like that.
Well, Genshin Impact, they were making a political statement. This doesn't happen overseas. Like, your role, right? I mean, it's a cultural thing for sure, but like, if you're a voice actor over there, you're expected to represent the company, the property, the whatever, and you're not talking shit about your peers. You're not talking shit about the company you work for.
This also gives them probably more control over how it's translated
Yes.
as well, because that's come under fire with localization stuff and things being changed. A lot of ways, this would give them more control over that.
Again, not you, everybody, but there are a handful of people in the dubbing community and in the localization community that have tried to commandeer Japanese anime, manga, video games, whatever, and distort it, twist it in their own liking. It's like you forgot your role. You're not a co-creator. Your job is to localize, to translate something from another language, right? You're not supposed to add to it. This is not a collaboration. And I think that's where because I would be the same way. I'd be like, hey, I mean, we actually had, so this is true. We actually had a couple of years ago, somebody approached us about putting our content overseas. They were going to translate it into different languages. And they said, well, we'll make changes here and there to suit the, whatever. And I'm like, well, I don't know what you're going to make us say. Right. We had this conversation. I'm like, they could literally make us say anything and I'm not going to know different because I don't speak that language.
Right.
So
like that,
and that's, I think, what happened. The Japanese, relied on Westerners. Yeah, and they screwed them over.
So anyway, what's going on here? So it says that this Oricon, it's a management agency, has officially partnered with a company that specializes in AI voice technology. 10 of Aoni voice actors, including these people these different actors. I'm not going to try to butcher their names. Will permit this company to use the original voice data to be converted via AI tech into several different languages, including English and Chinese. They plan to utilize this AI language tech for voice assistant products, such as Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, as well as for voice navigation equipped products like medical devices. But they're not like doing the dubs on the shows.
I don't think yet. But
so there, cool your jets. It's not even the dubs on the show.
This is the trial run.
This is the first I've seen this. So
this is where we're reacting to this. This is the trial run though, guys, because I've been hearing for the last 2 years that overseas they're very, very keen to have as much control over the English version of whatever's being exported, whether it's anime or K-dramas or whatever. They want to be in charge of it. They want to know exactly what's being said and all that. So this is Dragon Ball says Masako Nozawa, is she the one that does Goku, will help her version of Goku spread to the non-anime world. They said in a recent statement, the Aoni production CEO argues that AI voice technology in this particular context is not an enemy, but a tool that can be used to deliver the charm of voice to anime fans around the world. First of all, it's important to think that AI is a tool to support humans and a technology to be used to expand our possibilities. I want everyone to understand that living characters continue to be born by human actors breathing life into them. We've decided to collaborate with Cofont with the aim of utilizing the charm of the voice, which I think this needs a little work because it's a very bad translation, but not within the realm of the voice actors acting while firmly protecting the rights of performers.
So they're still making sure that the performers can retain their rights and stuff, which is good.
Right. So this is going on though in Hollywood right now. I mean, there are some actors that have already signed over the rights to their voice. Most famously, James Earl Jones, before he passed, signed away his Darth Vader voice, which makes sense because Darth Vader is a cyborg. So, if it sounds a little robotic, that's fine. But I think a lot of people are going to do this. They're going to be like, hey, I'm getting older. I don't sound the same. I don't want anybody else to, and I always use Shaggy. I don't want anybody else to voice Shaggy. So I, Casey Kasem, am going to go through whatever I have to do to record my voice. Now I'm going to be Shaggy forever.
He's not going to do that now.
No, he's not. But they said the wide scale application of AI voice technology in more general terms is going to have a major impact on anime dubbing companies outside of Japan, with translators potentially opting for AI voice translations over new performers versed in the regional language. It's going to happen. It's already happening with manga. I mean, some of the translations are hit or miss, but the fact that 5 years ago this was inconceivable, where's it going to be 5 years from now? Mm-hmm. Eventually, it's going to be very, very good.
And I like how they keep saying they don't want to replace voice actors in general, just saying that, it might be used for dubs, which would replace our voice actors. They don't want to replace their voice actors, but they have no problem replacing ours. But they're trying to find ways to utilize the technology.
Yeah. I'm telling you why they're doing this. I I believe, or why they're speeding up the process is, one, you do have voice actors, both in Japan and the US, that are very closely linked to their roles. So they're, again, I could see like Nancy Cartwright doing it. She's going to be Bart Simpson forever, right? But I think that the drama around this industry, there's been so much drama, and like 95% of the time when there's a freaking drama going on in the anime or manga scene, it's a localizer or a dub performer, and they're basically stepping out of line. They don't know their role. So there we go, guys. I don't know. Do you have thoughts on this beyond the?
I just think that right now I wouldn't panic yet, because it sounds like they're just doing it for other like loosely affiliated stuff, but it does look like that's the direction they're going to go later on. But I'm just like, yeah, I think if people are difficult and it causes you problems, why are you going to use them?
Yeah, some of them honestly aren't that good. Some of them I'm like, I've heard them and I'm like, is this AI? Because it sounds really, really bad.
I do not want to see people replaced by AI. We're actually kind of, I think, a little bit far apart on that one, you and me. But
I'm actually like, hey, if I could be replaced with AI and I could retire, if I could still get paid and you could have Robo Neon, I'd do it.
He's not AI. I'm looking at him right now. But I'm just saying, we're kind of far apart on that. But I understand, given the situation and given the fact that you could hear the original actors as they are intended, do your dub. A lot of people just want to read the subtitles anyway. I think that would probably be that would be helpful to people, because you're getting basically what you're seeing in the subtitles, but you're getting it in English so you can understand it. I think that would be nice.
So we'll see. My advice to any voice actor, whether it's in video games or anime or whatever, is don't make any problems. You're very easily replaced, more so now than ever. Just do your job. Be grateful you have that job for the time that you have it. And there we go. We're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Join the reef. Go to clownfish-.com. That's clownfish-.com. You will get exclusive access to podcasts and videos and comic strips and more, as well as merch discounts. Check it out. If you were a member, you could get this t-shirt, this dismal t-shirt, on our website. You'd get a 10% discount on that. You can also join in the community on clownfish-.com. Thank you so much for the support.